The Toronto Raptors manhandle the Chicago Bulls 123-107 at Scotiabank Arena. So, first thing on the agenda is drop one for the Raptors getting this W because, I mean, listen, if they didn't get this win, I mean, we would be talking crazy right now if the Raptors did not beat the Bulls in this one, considering how much they did at the trade deadline. They bring in 8 bodies. They get rid of 8 bodies. There is a lot going on in Chicago right now. And I would really like to get an understanding of just exactly what the Chicago Bulls are doing and what their game plan is going forward. But I guess that's a show for another day. Let's get into this game here. Before we start in the first quarter, I do want to mention, if you didn't already hear this, which I'm sure you've already heard all of this, Trace Jackson Davis traded to the Toronto Raptors from the Golden State Warriors for a 2026 second round pick. So that should be interesting. I will be doing a player profile on him. And the Raptors starters in this one were Immanuel Quickley, Walter, Ingram, Barnes, and Colin Murray-Boyles. No RJ Barrett in this one due to injury management. And Jakob Poeltl is progressing. And good news on the Jakob Poeltl front. Blake Murphy, who is the sideline reporter right now, filling in for Danielle Michaud, did report that we might see Jakob Poeltl by next week. They said there is a possibility that we are going to see Jakob Poeltl before the All-Star break. So keep your eye and ear on that situation. And I'm guessing if we don't see him, then we'll see him right after the break. So that is good news there. So getting into this first quarter, okay, this is the Raptors' 20th different starting lineup of the season. Wow. And the Raptors come out shooting well. Colin Murray-Boyles had a couple of layups early. Quickly did knock down a 3, got to the line with the and 1. Ingram was knocking down a couple jumpers, and the Raptors got out to a fast start. And that is key. You don't want to see the Raptors coming from behind against anyone. Against anyone. You don't want to start from behind. If teams happen to get hot and knock down 3 or 4 threes in a row, which is likely, it happens very often because it's a game of runs. Teams come out, they score in spurts, and you don't want to have to climb uphill the entire game, no matter who you're playing. It doesn't matter because all that matters. Listen, if you're a good team or a bad team in the NBA, you're still good players. You can warm up and get hot at any time. It all just matters about how you come out that specific day. And if you don't come out ready to play that day, you will get lit up. Ingram, 12 points early on in this game. 4:16 remaining in this first quarter. Ingram already had 12 points in this game. 17-9 with 7:12 remaining in that first quarter. Let me just go back for a second. But the Raptors were 13-0 in terms of points off of turnovers. The Raptors were doing a good job defensively. They were aggressive with their one-on-one defense, taking accountability, keeping their men in front of them, getting into the passing lanes, not giving them room to breathe. So that was a good showing for the Raptors on the defensive end. And after the first quarter, the Bulls ended up with 5 turnovers because of that pressure defense in the half court. Ingram had 12. Mamu had 8 points after that first quarter as well. And the Raptors had an 8-point lead. It was 33-25 after that first quarter. And there are a bunch of numbers that we have to look at in this one. Now, overall, Brandon Ingram, really solid game offensively tonight. 35 minutes. He had 33 points, 12 of 20 from the field, 5 of 9 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, gave you 6 rebounds, 6 assists as well with a block. We're going to drop one for Brandon Ingram. Okay? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? 33 points in 35 minutes. Did you guys hear his post game? It's right here. I'll play it for you. Here you go.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
classic Brandon Ingram right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting into that second quarter. Now, the Raptors were moving the ball. And Scotty was the catalyst for that. 32 minutes in this game. He had 13 points, quiet night offensively, didn't really take a lot of shots either. 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 turnovers overall in this game. But I don't know what was up with Scotty in this game. He wasn't really looking to be offensively aggressive. Every time he caught the ball, the first thing he was looking to do was to pass it. Pass here, pass there. He wasn't even looking to score in this game. I don't understand it. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that a little bit further into this podcast. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing that he's such a willing passer. We need that because he's a good passer as well. And he finds guys in scoring position, but we do at times need him to be a little bit more aggressive. 8:12 remaining in that second quarter. Scotty had 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you know what? Overall, he did play pretty well. So I'm gonna drop one for him as well. Jacoby Walter looks pretty good. He looks fluid offensively, takes good shots, finishes well at the rim. And Jacoby Walter in this one in 31 minutes, he had 12 points. He was 6 of 9 from the field. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists in this game. Only 1 turnover, 2 steals. I'm going to drop one for Jacoby Walter because he's been solid since coming back from injury. He's actually one of the guys that I really enjoy watching on this team. I really enjoy watching Jacoby Walter. I like seeing his progression as a young player, just being under control, taking good shots, not forcing anything, letting the game come to him, can get up in your grill defensively. Sometimes he could be over anxious, I find, on defense, but overall, on both ends of the floor, I think he's doing a pretty solid job. I'm confident that the shot is going to go in when he's shooting from 3-point range. And, I'm having fun watching Jacoby Walter. I'm having fun. He has deceptive hops, like I mentioned, good defensively, and just overall in general, a good, solid bench rotation player. I like seeing him, and I'm looking forward to what he's going to bring in the near future as his game progresses as a young guy. Raptors looking good defensively, looking solid, strong one-on-one defense, like I mentioned earlier in this game. And on the other end, Chicago, they were kind of freestyling in this one. I mentioned to you, 8 players coming in, 8 players went out at the trade deadline. And I would really like to get an understanding of what the hell the Chicago Bulls are doing. But they still have some good individual pieces on this team. And I can tell from, if you're a fan of the Chicago Bulls, you're in that fan base, you're on the coaching staff. I mean, I just don't know what the hell the Chicago Bulls are doing. I really don't. I mean, you got Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons, Jalen Smith, Okoro, Buzelis as your starters. You get Yabusele. That was a nice pickup. Patrick Williams, McClung, Josh Giddey still out. I don't know what the hell is going on with this Chicago Bulls team. I mean, you got some good guards. I mean, and you got some good play out of them as well. I mean, Anthony Simons, he had 32 minutes. He had 22 points in this game, just came over in the trade from the Boston Celtics, 8 of 15 from the field, 6 of 13 from 3-point range. And I really like Anthony Simons, actually. Buzelis, who I like as well, 33 minutes, 18 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3-point range, gave you 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I like his game. They have some good young players, like I mentioned, but I just don't understand the direction or just exactly what the hell the Chicago Bulls are doing. If you are a fan of the Bulls and you are watching this show, and even if you're not, and you're just looking at the roster, can you give me a heads up of what the Chicago Bulls are trying to do here? Because I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing. But midway, closer towards the end of that second quarter, Raptors were shooting 7 of 16 from 3-point range. Bulls are shooting at 7 of 17 from three-point range. That was with 3:45 remaining in the second quarter. Ingram was making shots from everywhere. He had 20 points and 4 rebounds with 3:45 remaining in that second quarter. But when I looked at the stats and I was looking at the Raptors trying to get to the free throw line, for a team that did pretty well getting into the paint and scoring in the paint in this game, they outscored the Bulls by 16 points. It was 60-44 in regards to points in the paint. But they only had 3 free throws at the half. It was a 65-58 ball game for the Raptors at the half. Ingram had 22 points. The Raptors were shooting 58% from the field. They were 27 of 46. And the Bulls were shooting 50% from the field, 23 of 46 in the first half. And so that does concern me a little bit. Only 3 free throws when you don't really have a rim protector for the Chicago Bulls. That's a little concerning to me. And I do want to see them be a bit more aggressive going to the basket. So that is something that they need to address and look at. Now, getting into that third quarter, 6-0 run early on in the queue with 9:25 remaining in that third quarter. And the Raptors are kind of falling asleep defensively at times, not just against the Bulls and against a lot of different teams. We see slumps defensively. We see slumps offensively as well. And don't get me wrong, you see that from every team. But the Raptors are a team that are hovering around the 4th, 5th, 6th spot. You're going to be a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. So when we see something like that, clearly it's something that we have to call out. You got to fix that. And while I'm watching this, I'm saying to myself, you know, one thing that I wish that the Raptors had was a hustle play guy, an energy guy, just a guy who's in your face. He's yelling all the time. He's talking. He's active. He's clapping. He's yelling at the crowd. The crowd. He's getting everybody energized, his teammates energized. I kind of miss having a guy like that. I think we need to look at that in the offseason. We need a hustle play guy. We need someone who's always keeping the crowd engaged. He's getting his teammates hype. He's always ready for action. We need a guy like that. We really, really do. Every team does, actually. But we need one especially. And I say that because the Raptors, to me, did look tired to start that third quarter and going midway through that third quarter. 76-70 Raptors with 7:40 remaining. And I put down here in my notes that the body language did not look good. There was a point where Chicago actually came back and tied this game. But the Raptors did subsequently go on a 10-0 run. And I put here in my notes, Scotty passing up wide open shots at the free throw line for contested threes. And that's what I was talking about in regards to him being more aggressive to score the basketball, especially when the defense is lagging off of him from mid-range. What is that about? You got to be aggressive to score the ball. And I get it. It's the Chicago Bulls. And there was no really imminent threat from them at any point during this game where you actually thought the Chicago Bulls were going to win this game. That never crossed. I don't think anybody was worried about the Raptors losing this game. But if this is a better team, because we've seen their 3 losses, their last 3 losses against who is it? I'm blanking here. Who was their last 3 losses? Do I have to go check this? Because the point of what I'm saying is they were double-digit leads going into the second half, into the fourth quarter. And the Raptors, especially when you look at them last game, and like I mentioned, I'm blanking in regards to their schedule. let me see, the Timberwolves. So that was a game where they were up by what, 10 going into the fourth quarter. Scotty, you need him to be aggressive against better teams. The Orlando Magic was another one. The Knicks were another one. These were all games where the Raptors had double-digit leads. That's what I meant to say. And that Sam Mitchell said it best on TSN in the postgame. Immanuel Quickley, Scotty Barnes, Ingram, you're being paid a lot of money for a reason. So at the end of the game, we don't want to see Jamal Shed with the ball or Grady Dick or whoever the hell else might get some run at the end of the game. The ball needs to be in your hands and y'all got to go to work. And yes, it's a little off from exactly what I'm saying with Scotty Barnes against the Chicago Bulls. The point of what I'm saying is there are times when Scotty Barnes needs to get the ball and be aggressive to score because he's capable of doing so. That is what I am saying here. And the Raptors, like I mentioned, did go on a 10-0 run with Brandon Ingram lighting it up from three-point range along with Immanuel Quickley. And Quickley, let's drop one for him as well. Did play well in this game. And to me, he's playing a bit better overall. And I've talked about that for the last few weeks now. Give the guy some love. Give him some props because it's due. Okay, he's making better decisions overall. And 31 minutes in this game, 24 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 3 of 11 from three-point range, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 5 assists in this game, and a steal. And guess what? No turnovers. No turnovers. So I'm going to drop one more for Immanuel Quickley. Okay. Now, 89-78 with 3:16 remaining in that third quarter. And Brandon Ingram at that time as well, 27 points at that point with 3:10 remaining, 11 of 15 from the field. But the other guy that I have to talk about is Sandro Mamukelashvili. Doing really well from a defensive standpoint. And it seems like as the season is going along, he's becoming better defensively. Okay, and he played big minutes off the bench, 23 minutes, 17 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point range, along with 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block, and no turnovers. We got to drop one for him then. Okay? Because, a lot of the time he just comes into the game. He knows how to play. He's just... Nobody knows what to do with him because the opposition to me, a lot of the times when teams go up against Sandro, it's like they're wondering, where did this guy come from and did nobody do scouting reports on this guy? Seriously. He just comes into the game a lot of the time and just crushes and the opposing team is just looking around like, so what? Nobody was going to say that this guy can do all these different things. Yes. Happens pretty often, actually. Okay, it was 188. Raptors had a 12-point lead after the third quarter. And the Raptors had 30 assists on 40 made field goals. They were 40 of 65 from the field, 61% shooting from the field after 3. And Ingram had 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And they had 6 Raptors in double digits. Okay. Also, we got to show some love for Colin Murray-Boyles. 37 minutes in this game. He played a team high, maybe a game high. He had a game high, 37 minutes, 17 points, 8 of 9 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, only 1 turnover, 1 more. We're going to drop one for him as well because he's balling out. He's hooping. The only concern that I have about Colin Murray-Boyles is his hand. He keeps grimacing with that hand, whether he dunks it, takes a shot from it. there's something he needs rest for that hand. They're gonna have to take another look at it because he's grimacing a lot when it comes to it. Now, Buzelis and Simons, those guys are pretty nice. Can't even front there. Buzelis, did I tell you the numbers already? I think I did already. 18 points and Simons 22. Those guys were the ones kind of keeping the Chicago Bulls in this one. They were playing pretty well. Jaden Ivey, another guy who's a pretty decent player, just 13 points, 5 of 12 from the field. But I'm kind of looking to see in the near future what the Bulls do in the offseason because I am intrigued with all these young players that they have and all these guards. I'm looking to see if they just package them and make a move somewhere. But like I mentioned, Mamu, huge off the bench, 17 points. So that was all she wrote for him with 7:57 remaining in that fourth quarter. Quickley still making better decisions, attacking the closeout, which I like a lot. 3:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. Raptors had a 116-104 lead. Raptors attacking the paint, 58-44 advantage at that point. And Ingram looked like he was just killing guys in this game, killing them and making it look really, really easy. He looked like he was only moving at like 65 or 70% in this game. Just really, really easy. And I'm not sure I mentioned this early on, but this was a nationally televised game for the Raptors, which I didn't even realize before this thing started. This was an Amazon Prime game. And so I'm glad everybody gets to see a little bit more of Brandon Ingram, even if it was kind of a weak Chicago Bulls team, because guess what? We are still pushing for Ingram to be in the All-Star game. We're still pushing for him to be in the All-Star games. There is going to be some replacements. And so I'm sure we're going to find out who they will be soon, but we are hoping that it is going to be one Brandon Ingram. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the Mike Roach Show. So, Trace Jackson Davis, the new addition to the Toronto Raptors, player profile coming up on him. And there's a lot of trades that happened. And I'll probably talk about some of those trades as well when I do this player profile. I'll just run over some of those trades when I do it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table. I know Raptors fans and some fans are kind of disappointed with how the trade deadline went, but I will talk a little bit more about that when I do the player profile show. Thank you all for the love and support. The show is growing and couldn't be more happy, to be completely honest with you. Don't take any of you for granted. Get in the comments, likes, questions, concerns. I will get back to you as fast as I possibly can. This is the Mike Roach Show, and I'm out.